Afternoon, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the huge negative movement on silver, on precious metals. It almost really, for me, it instills more confidence in me. I know for some people, they hear this, and I really believe it's a psyop. Essentially a way to convince the masses to stay away from it, to not get into precious metals. And it's too bad that it comes to this, because, I mean, for me, it just means that I want it more than ever. So we're going to talk about some of the things that you guys have heard. I guarantee you've either heard some of these things or you've seen some of these things. And, you know, there's an old saying, you know, you buy low, you sell high. But what always seems to happen is until it starts really going up, until the prices on whatever, it doesn't have to be precious metals. It can be Bitcoin, it can be real estate, it can be anything. Until the prices really go up and it starts getting talked about heavily in mainstream media, that's when everybody wants to buy it. Everybody wants to get on the bandwagon after the bandwagon has already started. You know, the huge gains, yes, there are huge gains to be made at the end after it takes off. But the problem is, who wants to buy when the price already jumps? I mean, so you look at silver today, trading, we're going to say roughly $23 an ounce at spot price. You know, if tomorrow the spot price went up to, you know, 24, then 25, then 26, then 28, then 30, all of a sudden, everybody's going to be talking about it. You done just missed the first, I mean, what, $7 roughly? The first 30% of the move. Now, yes, silver could still keep running, but do you really want to get in late? So we're going to talk a little bit about how ways that they're right now, I believe, convincing people to not buy silver. If you guys enjoyed this video, please help me out. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps me more than you know when you hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you think, you know, no, these people are all just, they understand what's really happening and silver is just not a good investment, go ahead. Don't be afraid to say that. Please, if you do say that, tell me what you think is a good investment. Don't just leave it at that, like, oh, silver and gold is a garbage investment. Let me know what you would put your money into. I really like to hear that. Don't be afraid to say it, because it does kind of give us something else to look at. You know, if you believe Bitcoin is the way to, darn, I keep bumping this table the way this is set up right now. If you believe Bitcoin is where the future money is, and that's where, you know, the big profits are going to be made, don't be afraid to say that. Let me know. So what I want to do is talk a little bit about some of the things that I've seen in, I'll say recent as in the last 6 months, of ways that they've been saying, you know. So a lot of the silver community, we have what's called silver squeezes, where we all buy silver at the same time, essentially. We all go in on a weekend and we buy. One thing I hear a lot of people say is, that's not good, because when we're all buying at the same time, we're driving the price up and it's making us pay more for that silver. And to a point, I've always thought, yeah, that's true, because it is. And as the opposition gets wind that we're all going to buy silver, let's say on the, 20th, the opposition can raise the price of silver. So we all end up getting stuck paying a higher silver price for the ounces that we do buy on that day. But the problem with that argument, and I do believe that happens, is in order to say that they can do that, it means that you have to admit that the price is manipulated on precious metals. Because if they can manipulate it up, then you know they can manipulate it down. And once you understand that, you know that they're manipulating the market. And manipulation, in my opinion, can only last so long. It's easy to do for a short time, but if you're trying to artificially keep it suppressed, the price from going up, eventually you will lose control of that, because true markets will always reveal their true value of whatever the asset is. Because if you underprice it it's going to get bought up a whole lot faster. And if you try to overprice it, it's not going to get bought up as much. It's going to sit on the shelves essentially. And that's where the supply and demand effect actually comes in. It's what determines the price. And if you try to move that price, it's not giving true supply and demand. So the next one is a huge pullback. I mean, there's a big pullback coming. I'm holding out. I'm not buying. I'm waiting for sub 20, sub $15. Now, that's not me that believes that. I don't believe there's any big pullback coming. Could we see a little pullback? Yeah, we could. We saw it struggle to get down to $21, and it was a buying opportunity. I thought I ended up buying way more than I should have bought when it was $20. But I'm not $21, but I'm not complaining right now because I'm happy that I did that, because essentially it means now we're sitting at $23 and I picked up a lot of stuff at $21. So I did well. But if you believe this huge pullback is coming and you're not buying anything, eventually you run the risk of the day that the silver price shoots up and you've been waiting for this huge pullback and you never actually got to get in on it. Another one that I'm hearing a lot of people say is the price can never go up. Why? It can't go up because it's basically they're in control of it and they're not going to let it go up. It's heavily in industrial demand, and if the price goes up too high, then essentially it's going to take too hard of a hit in the items that we buy. And to a point, that's true. If the price skyrockets, it will raise the price of the items that we buy that use silver. Technology items, computers, iPads, phones, that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, the people are still going to buy the items, in my opinion, no matter what the price goes to. It doesn't matter. I mean, I am as tight. You guys know how tight I am with my money. I get teased about it sometime on the channel, living in South Texas and refusing to put in central air when my central air system broke, because I'd rather save that money and put it towards silver and or other investments that I also invest in. So when you think that, you think, oh, wow, he's pretty tight with his money. But the truth of the matter is, my cell phone, I didn't spare no expense on my cell phone. I didn't really care what my cell phone costed. I wanted that cell phone. And mine is even a previous generation. It's not the newer generation, because the newer generation, it actually doesn't have, in my opinion, quite as good as the previous generation that had a bigger screen. I mean, this was the only upgrade I've ever seen where they actually downgraded the computer screen on the phone, the touch screen. So another one is it's manipulated. It can never go up because it's manipulated. They know how to manipulate it. And that's kind of like they can't let it go up because it's needed in industrial demand. True, when something's needed, it's going to drive the price up. People are buying it at a cheaper price than they should be. Eventually, they're going to run out. And in a way, all these things that are happening helps us. You know, you hold a beach ball under the water and all of a sudden you let it go. It doesn't come back to the surface. It overshoots the surface and goes up into the air. It jumps up out of the pool. And, you know, these are things that when it comes to an end, it will backfire and really, in my personal opinion, skyrocket the price of it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some of the really new ones. Shops ain't buying. Oh, my local coin shop ain't buying no silver or no gold. They don't want the stuff. You know, here's the thing with that. There's always people buying silver and gold. There's always people buying precious metals. This idea of maybe one or two shops not buying is a possibility, but the whole concept is ridiculous, because the truth of the matter is you can take it to any melting facility and they will buy it. Now, you may not get the exact price you want, but people are buying it. There is a demand for silver. If they need it in as much technology as they say they do, and that's the reason why they won't let it go up, then the fact is these technology companies are burning up silver. They're using it up. So the idea of it can't go up or shops ain't buying it so you could get stuck with it is ridiculous to me. Moving on to big YouTubers are selling their positions. So I recently have been hearing more YouTubers come out and say YouTubers are just getting sick of it. They're in a rut. They feel like the price is manipulated and they're getting sick of it and they just want to give up their position now. I mean, I actually know one person that he did give up his position on silver because he wanted to go into paper silver. Because he believes the original thing that we started this video up saying, that there's going to be a huge pullback coming. It's going to be pushed down so low. His idea is he wants to take all the money that he has and buy paper silver, and hopefully it's going to fall back down to $11 again, like it did pre-pandemic or right during the pandemic, and buy it all up at $11. And then when it jumps back up, because let's face it, if it goes to 11, once it's free, it's going to go up even higher. And then he wants to sell it all at, hopefully, $30 an ounce, $29 an ounce. But it's just paper that he is buying and selling at that point. So if you're buying it for any of the other reasons, like wealth preservation, that type of stuff, you're kind of missing the boat on that. And that's where some people worry. So they think that the YouTubers are selling their stacks and they're getting out of it because I heard so-and-so did, this, that. Here's the thing. The only way I would sell my stack is if it's for another hard asset, most likely an item more expensive than I can afford on a month-to-month basis, kind of like a large homestead, a nice farm, something like that. Because I understand I don't have that kind of money right now to buy some big purchase that's maybe $200,000. But if I sold a portion of my stack or my whole stack, I could take the money I get there, slap that on a down payment, and maybe they would loan me the difference. The last thing is bots. Bots and just individuals that look like they're an actual account here on YouTube, but they're not, in my opinion. They are bots. They are AI-generated comments. Maybe you've seen the comments come across on different channels or on this channel, because I know for sure that I've seen them where it's the same exact comment on this channel as on another channel. When you see 10 comments all come in back to back to back, that is a bot series. It's designed to jump a certain type of rows. Now, I don't mind if they watch my channel, if they put their comments in below. That doesn't bother me. But I know when you see obscene amount of negative comments that it just doesn't add up to how many people are negative about it. You're not going to have a negative person on silver sit there and just belittle it and watch every one of the videos. So with that being said, these are all things that I believe are solid for silver. They point me in the right direction. I think it encourages me. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you again on T-Square Talk. And you guys all have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.